Hi and welcome. In this video, we'll discuss another of our basic need, and it's the basic need for our shelter. By far in our budget, the shelter need may be one of our largest expense, but there's still ways in which we can be creative with this expense so we can save and it will fit perfectly in our budget. How about sharing an apartment or your shelter space? If you're sharing, then it means that you're only paying a fraction of what your total cost will be. You're still getting to enjoy the same amenities, but you're doing a cost sharing. And this cost, while you save, you'll be able to put money towards other things that is really needed. But when you're thinking about sharing, make sure that there are things like rules are in place and how you're going to comfortably enjoy that shared space. How about we think of a instead of living within the city, you live out on the outskirt, maybe in a suburb. So if you want to go to the city, you'll commute to the city. Living further away from the city will lower your cost for shelter. And in the savings, then you'll be able to share that with maybe your commute if you work further away from where you live. But that living outside of the city can really save you a fraction, maybe a half of what you would pay had you lived in the city. And another way of saving is also rent versus purchase. Think of the fact that the additional expense or the additional cost that may come with making a purchase of a home. There's going to be insurance costs, there's going to be a higher utility cost, there's going to be the cost of taxes. Those are additional costs that will be associated with it. And if you had an apartment rental, then those costs would not be associated. It doesn't mean that you can own a property, but just make sure that you have enough saved to purchase that property. So consider whether which is worth it for you right now, whether you should rent or you should purchase. Or if you need to purchase, do you have enough at this time or you need to stay where you are? Save a little bit more to so you can lower your housing costs when you do purchase. So your down payment may be much more, so your monthly payments becomes less. And in this case, you'll be saving because the whole idea of doing this is to save, save, save. And if you can save in your highest costs on a monthly basis, then that would be great because that would free up additional funds to do something else. Because there's so many ways that we'll need things that we'll need money to do to prepare for our retirement, to send our kids to school, and the list goes on and on. So we have to save in the things that we can, especially at our shelter, which is sometimes our highest cost. Do comment, subscribe to the channel so that once we bring additional videos, you'll be the first to see. Thank you so much for tuning in. And remember, whatever you do, know that it is possible and do something good for someone today. Be blessed.